Okay, so for the third lecture we're going to be talking about today, we're going to talk about the popular culture of the time period, starting off by talking about artistic styles. So realism became the popular artistic style at the turn of the century. Now, that's in contrast to romanticism, or romantic artwork that had been around earlier during the 1800s and had been prominent. Realism starts to take over. So let me explain to you the difference between romantic and real in terms of the art styles. So with romanticism, you had things that are typically fictional in nature. So if it was a romantic horror story, vampires don't really exist, or gargoyles, or zombies, or that type of thing. So if you had those things in the story, or in the artwork, or a statue of a gargoyle, that would all be an example of a romantic style of art. Where with realism, even if the characters weren't real, they could be real. So, for example, the most popular writer at the time, Mark Twain, his character Huckleberry Finn. Huckleberry Finn was not a real person, but the things he did in the book and the things that he experienced in his life could have been real. So today, if you were to watch a Harry Potter movie, that would be romanticism, not realism, because the stuff in it just isn't realistic and couldn't really happen. Same thing if you watch The Avengers, for example. But if you were to watch a TV show like Grey's Anatomy, for example, the things in that show could really happen. So that would be an example of realism today. So realism became more popular in the art, the literature, everything during the time period. In addition to that, amusement parks became popular. Luna Park at Coney Island was the very first amusement park at the time period. And when we think about amusement parks, and frankly, it's still there today. But when we think about amusement parks today, there's so much bigger and more broad, and they exist everywhere. And you all are very fortunate because arguably the best amusement park in the world, certainly from a roller coaster standpoint, is not very far from here, about 2.5 hours in Cedar Point. Love Cedar Point, love their roller coasters. Something I'll probably discuss with you after you've watched the video lecture here in class. However, my favorite amusement park is Islands of Adventure, which is at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. And like the Spider-Man ride, which is like a 3D ride, is my favorite ride. You feel like you're actually in the cartoon and the things are happening to you while you're on the ride. So the technology today compared to back then has come a long way, but I'm sure for the people back then who had the opportunity to go to Luna Park at Coney Island, that they loved it the same way we all would love a trip to Cedar Point or Universal Studios or Disneyland or Six Flags or any of the amusement parks that we have today. Now, back then,